And this is a spoiler. Guess what, guys? If you don't hit the like button, you will be chased by angry mauled. Oh my god, I can't say nothing right. But you will be chased by angry headphones that want to get onto you and send freaking rock music full blasting that can break your eardrums constantly through your head. And it's strong enough to break bones, so better hit that like button or else. Dun dun dun. So I left off after the villain's about to attack, and Deku gets told to look for Koda, and he would. He'll kind of just jump off flying with his wings, and he would sense where people's quirks are, and he would kind of feel, muscular activate its quirk and stuff like that somewhere else, like he's about to attack somebody. And he would kind of land there where Koda usually stays at, and you would see a muscular would see him, and he'd be like, just who we're looking for. Are you, aren't you Deku? Or they'd say Izuku or Midoriya. Wait, who's the Inko Midoriya or Inko Izuku? No, it's Midoriya. It's Inko Midoriya. Who's the father's name? Wait, is his father All for One or One for All? Catch you next time on DBZ. BDZ. DBZ. Whatever, okay. But yeah. And he would go to punch Deku, or you go to punch him saying that we don't have to bring you back, we just need to bring you in pieces. But we have to bring you back alive at least, so I'll have my fun. Going to punch him. Deku would have just took his sword and hold it up with one hand, sideways taking the punch, and he would start punching again. And you're like, don't you have a canceling quirk? But you're pretty strong. This when Muscular would get met to the side with a kick, putting muscles over it whenever you felt the impact, trying to soften the blow. He would put more muscles on him, and he would go try to punch him again. Deku would have just kind of jumped on top of his arm, kicked it away, and went straight for his face, punching him in the face, sending him into the wall, breaking it completely. And he'd be like, "You brat, I'll show you my true power." Putting that eye thing in, activating full muscle mode, and go to punch Deku. This is where Deku would say, "Dark Zone." And what this does is give him a whole zone of anti-quirk matter. And would say, "For Dark Forest nets," with a whole bunch of them hitting against him and almost trapping him in it and stuff like that. He would get trapped, kind of like a flurry of beams. This is where he would stick out his hand again, saying Dark Horizon, with the beams coming from the ground, or more like not beams, but big waves of it coming from the ground, and him saying Dark Falling with the same thing from the sky. That's when he says, "Dark Forest Verlay is a constant stream that waves everywhere hitting against him." And this would pretty much break down his muscles completely by now. By the anti-quirk matter, of course, it would cancel his quirk in the process, making it kind of disintegrate, I'll say. And this is whenever he'd have no muscles left, and that's what Deku would say goodbye, kicking him in the chest, slamming him on the ground with no muscle cover, which would knock him out. He'll take Koda and take them back to the Pussycats. And he'll tell them who they're after, Bakugo and me. So then he'll say, okay, then you'll stay with us. And he turns around, smacks away Magma and, Spinner. Or Magnia. And he'll run off, looking, focusing for Bakugo. That's when you'd feel, or Bakugo is kind of where his hands are, and you would go to it. This is whenever he would be running and he would feel somebody's cork, and he would be like a mutant cork turning to the side, seeing Dupley arm with one of his hands missing, and he would grab him and jump off, saying what happened. He would explain the situation, and he would sink a little farther, and you would feel a huge amount of, cork, like somebody's huge cork covering a large field of an area, and he'd be like, isn't that Dark Shadow? Because I'll say Dark Shadow still went out of whack like it did, but it's probably even stronger in this. So he would run and look for Bakugo, because Bakugo uses his legends on his palms. That's where he's kind of focusing on people. And he would meet up with Todoroki next to him, explaining the situation when if you see Moonfish get slammed in the face with, Dark Shadow, but like a giant version of it. I know he was already giant like he was, but I'm talking about Mount Lady size. Distracts Stiffy. I'm talking about slamming down like he's full up, stomp this dude. And he would try to swing his arm. Deku would jump up there, going up to Dark Shadow, the host, and would tell him to calm down and say control, or don't let him control you. You had an agreement. Remind him of that. And he would be told that. That's when Dark Shadow would calm down, and he would revert back to instead of having that mini form, like the mini cloak he had, like the form that we seen him go berserk in regular canon, but not berserk, with him controlling it. And people would jump on top of him saying go, and they would go. And they would go fast, because he is fast. And this is whenever they would get places pretty quickly. But this one turn around talking to Bakugo, and Bakugo would be gone. That's whenever you would see, him press talking, and that's whenever Dark Shadow would turn around, erupt wings from his back, and he would flap them flying towards him, swinging claws at him. But this one, Deku would peer behind him at great speeds, kicking him straight towards Dark Shadow, and Dark Shadow would slam him in the face and slam him to the ground. And let me explain how strong this form is. Even if Todoroki shoots a huge flame attack, it would probably weaken it, but he would still be strong enough to smack him to the ground and knock him out. Like he's almost immune to sunlight, because that's how strong the form is. So yeah, that's how it's gonna work. But yeah, that's whenever he would slam him to the ground with Baku, but with that one being twice his clone of Compress showing up in the portal, knowing how strong these kids are already, or they're thinking how strong they are, because I think they're around Deku's level, which they're not, but yeah. And they run off with Bakugo. I've been on that the whole time, haven't I? But because of that, so they get back. Mom had the whole tracker and stuff like that. But yeah, so they'll get back, and they get told that they're going for Deku or Bakugo. People go after just like in canon, but whenever it gets to the fight, instead of Deku making the plan, Deku didn't tell anybody, but he was invited to come there, or like told to come and help. And he would come with All Might. And people see Deku next to All Might with his hands in the pocket. And stuff like that. And this whatever, they would be like, why is that kid here? And Bach would be like, why is Deku here? And this is whenever, you know, All-For-One would shoot a punch with Deku putting his hand in front of All Might using a barrier, making it disperse on them. That's when it'd be like, canceling Cork is so amazing. That's whenever All Might would jump in the air really far up, almost seeming to go backwards, and that's whenever Deku would activate Dark Zone around him, and All Might would come back down without his Cork being cancelled. But because I'll say that Deku couldn't make it potent enough to take down all of his Corks, because there is a limiter, but this would at least make it easier for them, or Deku, to battle. He would activate his wings and everything, and that's when he would disappear, swinging a sword straight at his side, slamming him towards All Might, with him shooting the air pressure, canceling All Might's. That's whenever he throw air pressure back at Deku. Deku would dodge and run up at him with his two swords in front of him, saying, Black Drive! Spinning in a circles and circles, piercing through these attacks that he's throwing, coming up at him, and he would take his two swords and slam him right into him, send him back again. And that's whenever All Might would come over and would slam him in the head, slamming him to the ground, almost knocking him out. He would get back up using his full power punch, like the strongest Corks he has, and would do that whole shockwave, but All Might wouldn't get hit because Deku is protecting him with a shield with them. That's why they get close together every time All-For-One's about to attack. That's whenever Deku would tell All Might to get out, and he would get out. With Deku, I'm saying true dark coffin. In this river, black energy would sputter from the middle of the field, with it covering the whole area, and you would hear a stream of All-For-One with complete darkness, and he would open it up, seeing All-For-One completely almost desecrated by this attack. But not like the whole coffin went away. I'm saying like a hole and they pulled him out. So Deku would raise his hand, showing the big ball of darkness, and would fling it upwards, throwing it in the air, and targeting every Nomu, saying, Dark Snow, making Cork canceling snow that falls on top of people. And this is whenever this day is known as the or the Day of the Black Snow, I have no clue. I'm bad with names, but it's whatever. But yeah, they would be all for one, all for one would laugh. You guys know, I kind of just skip over the whole, what's it called again? Oh my god, I'm bad with names. But, the license exams, because they would just pass easily. Just by 1, 2 of them. Plus, Deku's there to cancel everybody's quirk. And, like, all of it. Like, I'm talking about the whole area if he wants to. But, yeah. So, I'll just skip over that. It's the same. Mario versus everybody. With One For All, he would take down people, but Deku would just cancel his quirk. But Mario would still fight with him, but Deku's strong enough, so you knock him out. And that's all of it. I'm not going in season 4, but it's whatever, man. Because if I do it, it'd just be like the internships or like the office working, them going on places and meeting all for one, or overhaul, talking to them, making a plan. They would go with the plan. They would get there. The person that's manipulating the walls, Deku would just cancel their quirk and find them. That would knock out one person. That means they can get through all the walls together. The people ahead, all of the villain leads, they would leave because of them can't sneak attack people. So they wouldn't help at all. They would get close enough, meeting the 2 people with the drowsiness. Deku would have just shot a beam at them, knocking them out. Going through the wall, all for one battle. I'll say this is whenever the dude that Deku canceled the quirk of would get mad, sending them all to a different area, out of Deku's reach of canceling quirks and all that, or send Deku somewhere else. And Lemillion will still get beat up, but Deku would run up, finding them, taking down Overhaul. Overhaul would get away. And Eerie, he would pick up her. She'd be like, I can't touch you, I'll kill you. Because my quirk, Deku would explain that quirks can't be used on me because I have a canceling quirk. I don't know what happens after that because I'm not smart. Because I'm only going by the episodes, but I'll assume that Eerie would live with Deku. And call him Papa, and that's gonna be it. But goodbye.